It may have challenges, but Africa is not a failed continent. This was the UN Secretary General's message during his maiden visit here in Kenya. The UN boss, Antonio Guterres, spoke during a joint press conference with President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House in Nairobi. KTN News reporter Mark Namaswa tells us more.
Antonio Manuel Guterres, the 9th UN Secretary General, is in Kenya. Addressing the press at State House in Nairobi, the UN boss appeared to debunk the hopeless narrative painted about Africa.
I believe the narrative of the UN about Africa has not always been the right one. Sometimes it's too much concentrated on crisis.
His visit, straight from a struggling Somalia, also landed him in the heat of issues facing Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta admitting Kenyans need help in the face of ongoing drought.
The UN, together with the Red Cross and other partners, are working hand in hand to respond to the drought situation, and we truly appreciate all the assistance and support that you have been able to give us.
As the world today marked the International Women's Day, the gender agenda featured in the talks.
Women of Kenya are actively engaged in development, is actually helping us achieve both growth, sustainable development, and greater equity.
The protection of women in these circumstances is absolutely essential. But I believe that the only way to make that protection effective is to give full priority to the empowerment of women.
Kenya's strategic position as a beacon of peace in a region riddled with strife was also discussed as an avenue of bringing peace and stability to the Horn of Africa and the Great Lakes region. In this case, the Somali, Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan crisis, with Kenya often having to shoulder the burden of playing host to refugees, like in the Dadaab refugee case, and renewed hope for Somalia.
With the new leadership that was elected, with the improved security situation in the country, even if a lot of challenges still remain, this is the moment for the international community to massively invest in Somalia.
Guterres also paid a visit to Mathare slums in Nairobi, where he said he learned something about the challenges facing women and encouraged female aspirants not to drop their ambitions.
In all aspects that can be copied not only in the African continent but around the world, proving that in today's international community there are countries that are moving in order to make sure that the three pillars of the UN activity can be fully met.
Guterres also visited the UN complex in Gigiri and is expected to head to the Dadaab refugee camp that is facing closure, and which is home to some 400,000 refugees. Mark Namaswa, KTN News.